Doug McCain here for the LA Sports Report. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all the latest Lakers news and rumors, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and give me all your takes right down below in the comments section. I want all your takes on today's topic right down below in the comments section. And for all the latest Lakers news, head over to the LASportsReport.com. So let the NBA offseason madness begin. I think it's fitting that this year the NBA offseason comes right around Thanksgiving because it's the gift that keeps giving each and every year. And there's tons of news, tons of rumors involving your Los Angeles Lakers. Over the weekend, the Purple and Gold swung a deal to bring in Dennis Schroder in exchange for Danny Green and the number 28 pick. I love the move for the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers last year, they were dead last in drives to the basket at a little over 36 per game. It gives them another playmaker, another shot creator. His three-point shot has improved tremendously over the last few years, shot 38% last year, and the Menace can score the basketball. Yes, that's his nickname, the Menace. He can score the basketball. Last year, he averaged 18.9 points per game, 4 assists, 3.6 boards, shot almost 47%, almost 39% from three. He can flat out score the basketball. He's a shot creator, a playmaker, also allows him to handle the offense while LeBron James is resting on the bench. You saw the plus-minus numbers when LeBron wasn't in the game for the Lakers, and also they're probably going to take things slow with LeBron James. Considering the turnaround from October to a December 22nd start date, I think it's a fantastic move for the Lakers. They get younger in the move. He's 27 years old. Danny Green, 33 years old, and you saw Danny Green was not very effective in the playoffs. Now, it's pretty interesting because Dennis Schroder a couple weeks ago was on a German basketball podcast, and he said that he rejected deals to the Clippers and the Lakers and that he trusted the OKC GM, Sam Presti. But, hey, the Lakers, they get that deal done. I think he's going to love it in Los Angeles. He's going to go out there and he's going to score the basketball. That's what he does. You know what they say, Schroeder's shoot, and he's going to do just that for the Purple and Gold. A great pickup for the Lakers. Now, the next rumor that's getting a lot of traction is that the Lakers are interested in signing Serge Ibaka in free agency. Serge Ibaka last year, he averaged 15.4 points per game, 8.2 boards, 1.4 assists, a very efficient 51.2% from the field, and an eye-popping 38.5% from three. So he's been a consistent three-point shooter last few years. He can help stretch the defense for the Lakers. He can provide another defensive enforcer. Now, the question with Serge Ibaka is, will he accept less than the full mid-level exception? Because the Lakers, that's really all they have to pay him is that $9.3 million mid-level exception. And you'll have teams out there that are going to be willing to pay Serge Ibaka that full mid-level exception. Teams are going to want to bring him in as that third or fourth piece in a championship contending team. But the decision for Serge Ibaka is, does he want to come to LA, make another championship run with LeBron James, with Anthony Davis? Now, he's not desperate for a ring. He already won a ring in 2019 with the Toronto Raptors, but if he comes to LA, seems like a lot of great players, they want to end up in LA to try to take advantage of what it does to your brand. He's got a career outside of basketball. He's got that big YouTube channel where they're eating all the crazy stuff. He comes to LA and he pairs himself with that Lakers brand. You align yourself with the purple and gold, you know what it does to your brand. And I'm telling you, Serge Ibaka, if you're watching this, you join the Los Angeles Lakers, that YouTube channel, your brand, it'll be surging like never before. Now, the biggest name the Lakers have been linked to in trade talks this offseason is San Antonio Spurs guard DeMar DeRozan, the four-time All-Star, one-time Olympic gold medalist. The Lakers are reportedly interested in trading for him in a trade surrounding Kyle Kuzma. Now, the Lakers would have a lot of work to do to get this trade to work as far as matching the salaries goes, but let's take a look at DeMar DeRozan. Last year, averaged 22.1 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 5.6 assists on 53.1% shooting. Now, a lot of people want to throw cold water on this trade because he's not a great three-point shooter. Yes, last year, shot just 25.7% from three on just 0.5 attempts per game, but that isn't his game. DeMar DeRozan, he's a scorer. He's a bucket getter. 22 points per game on 53% shooting. A lot of teams would love and covet that level of productivity, and I think if you're the Lakers, it depends on who you could surround him with. Can they add some more shooting through the MLE? Can they get some more shooting through trade? Because if you do do that, he's a viable option on offense. He can score when LeBron is not in the game. I do think he's a very intriguing possibility for the Lakers, and he is all in on this potential move. Here's DeMar DeRozan on Matt Barnes' podcast talking about the prospect of coming home and join the Los Angeles Lakers.
For me, look, I've learned being in the league so long to take, like, it's you always want to be wanted. You know what I mean? So when you see things about teams wanting you, you know, you can't feel a certain type of way. You better feel good about it because it's some motherfuckers that not wanted. That's you know, you don't want to be that person. You know, so to be wanted by a championship team that just came off a championship, you know, to see that, you know, how could you not feel some type of way, especially me being from LA, it's like, damn, you know, my hometown team want me. They just came off a championship. They want me. You know what I mean? So.
Now, a lot of people have assumed that since they've already traded for Dennis Schroder, that they won't have the assets to trade for DeMar DeRozan, but they could use KCP in a sign-and trade to get DeMar DeRozan. And today, Shams Charania reported that DeMar DeRozan is opting into the final year of his deal, $27.7 million, but that does not mean that he can't still be traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. I still think it's a possibility. The Spurs need to rebuild. The Lakers might have to find a way to acquire some picks, acquire some assets elsewhere, but bottom line, the Lakers need to find a way to add themselves a third star. Now, Dennis Schroder was a great pickup, but he'll be contending for the Sixth Man of the Year award. He's not a third star. DeMar DeRozan could be that third star. And to me, next year, we're going to see the return of the super teams in the NBA. Look what's going on in Golden State. You got Klay Thompson, you got Steph Curry, you got Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins. They could flip that for another big piece. They're in talks for potentially acquiring Kevin Love via trade. Look at the Brooklyn Nets. They're in talks to potentially add James Harden. James Harden could join the 76ers. Next year, competition is going to be very thick in the NBA, and I think that the Lakers, to make a serious run at going back-to-back, they need to add a third star. DeMar DeRozan, he's not the ideal fit, but he's definitely a third star. He's not under contract long-term, and I think if you have as your core the Brow, the Chosen One, and the DeRozan one, this team is right in the mix to win back-to-back titles.